From zero to your first business, how to start without fear.
What if I told you that you could start your own business today, even without a lot of money, without a revolutionary idea, and without waiting for the perfect moment? Does it sound too good to be true? So stay with me until the end, because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start from scratch and take the first step towards becoming an entrepreneur without fear. Many people dream of having their own business, being in control of their own time, achieving financial freedom. But between the dream and reality, there is an abyss called fear. You'll understand that fear can't stop you. Let's talk about it in more depth, because if you don't learn to control it, it will prevent you from taking the first step. In this video, I'm going to reveal the secrets of how to start your business based on a combination of market data and self-knowledge. And the best part, I'm going to show you how this will actually generate profit. Stay with me until the end, because the last lesson I'm going to share is the most important of all, and it can completely change the course of your business. Don't miss it. Let's discover together how to build a solid and strategic financial future.
The biggest obstacle.
Now that you're feeling more motivated, let's dive into the first major obstacle that many people face when they think about starting a business: the fear of starting. This fear is so common that even great entrepreneurs have experienced it. But the good news is that it doesn't have to paralyze you. Let's understand this fear better, and more importantly, how to overcome it. We'll talk about the fear of failure, the fear of being judged by others, and even the fear of not having financial security. But the question is, why are we so afraid of starting, and what can we do to overcome it? I'm going to tell you an inspiring story to help you see that this fear can be overcome, and that most successful entrepreneurs have also experienced. Did you know that the founder of KFC, the famous Colonel Sanders, began his entrepreneurial journey after he was 60? He went through over 1,000 rejections before he got someone to buy his chicken recipe, and he didn't give up. Yes, he was a late starter and was rejected countless times. If he had let the fear of failure stop him, the world would never have known about KFC. Also, one of the most powerful things you can do is change the way you view fear. Instead of seeing it as something negative, start seeing it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Every step you take towards your goal is a way of overcoming that fear. The more you challenge yourself, the easier it will be to deal with it the next time. How to overcome the fear of starting. The key here is to start small. You don't have to do it all at once. Creating an entire business all at once can seem terrifying, but the solution is simple. Start with a test. Yes, that's right. Instead of launching a full-fledged product, how about offering something simple with a small investment of time and money? Start with something you already know how to do with the tools you already have. For example, if you're good at sewing, how about offering clothing alterations? Or if you're good at design, how about creating some graphic projects for friends and family? This will help you start to gain confidence, and more importantly, you'll start to see if your idea really has a place in the market. And that's exactly what I'll teach you later in the video. How to start small, validate your idea, and avoid that big fear of failure once and for all.
How to choose a business idea.
Now that you've overcome your fear of getting started, the next challenge is choosing a business idea. It may seem daunting, but don't worry. Identifying opportunities in your everyday life. One of the most effective ways to find a business idea is to look at your own daily life. Ask yourself, what problems do I face every day that don't yet have a practical solution? Sometimes, a good business idea comes from a simple need that others might also be experiencing. The moral here is that many of the best business ideas are born from the perception of a daily problem. So look at the challenges around you and ask, what can I improve? Exploring your skills and passions. Another important point when choosing a business idea is the connection between your skills and passions. When choosing your business idea, consider your own skills and what you really enjoy doing. If you are passionate about health and wellness, perhaps a healthy food or fitness business is a good option. Passion for the area will make the growth process much more enjoyable and sustainable. Market research, the importance of assessing demand. Now that you have some ideas, it is important to validate whether there is really demand for your product or service. Market research does not need to be complex, but it should answer some essential questions. Who are the people who need what you are offering? What problems does your product or service solve? Who is the competition, and how do you differentiate yourself from them? Identifying the type of business you want to create, choosing the type of business model is also fundamental. Ask yourself, do you want to create a physical product or a digital service? Or maybe a B2B, business-to-business model is the way to go? The important thing here is to define the type of business you want, and that fits well with your profile and the market. If you have experience in a specific area, perhaps the ideal is to focus on services or consultancy. If you like developing physical products, an e-commerce business may be a good idea. Choosing the right business idea is not an easy task, but it is essential to take the first steps on your entrepreneurial journey. The idea can come from everyday problems, your skills and passions, or real market demand. The important thing is not to rush, do adequate research, and check if there is a real need for what you want to offer. In the next chapter, we will explore how to validate your business idea and ensure that it has the potential to succeed in the market. Stay tuned, because this validation process is what will determine whether your idea has legs to grow.
Did you like these strategies to achieve financial freedom? Then leave a like and subscribe for more content that will transform your life.
Validating your idea before investing?
Before you spend a large amount of money or time on a business idea, it's essential to validate that idea to ensure that it has demand in the market. Too often, people have a great idea but don't do the proper research before investing. In this chapter, we'll explore practical ways to validate your idea without risking a large investment, using examples of people who validated their ideas with intelligence and strategy. Why validation is crucial? Validation is the process of testing your idea in the real world, in a controlled environment, before making a large investment. This helps you understand whether your idea solves a real problem for people and whether they would be willing to pay for it. Validating your idea helps reduce risk by allowing you to make adjustments based on real market feedback. Ways to validate your idea. There are several ways to validate your business idea before investing large sums of money. Here are some approaches you can use to test your idea in a practical and low-cost way. 1. Interviews and surveys with potential customers. An effective way to validate your idea is to talk directly to the people who can benefit from it. Simple. Interviews or surveys can reveal important insights into what customers really think about your idea. 2. Rapid prototyping and MVP, minimum viable product. Another validation method is to create a minimum viable product, MVP, a simplified version of your product or service. An MVP allows you to test your idea with a small group of people without spending a lot of money. 3. Crowdfunding, testing demand before launch. Crowdfunding is a way to validate your idea while raising money. Platforms like Kickstarter or Indiegogo allow you to present your idea to the public and see if it attracts financial backers. 4. Small-scale market testing. You can start by testing your idea in a smaller market to see how it performs before expanding. This can be done in a specific city or with a specific audience. Learning from feedback. When validating your idea, feedback from consumers is essential. They can point out aspects that you hadn't considered and help you shape the product or service to better meet their needs. Remember that negative feedback shouldn't be seen as a failure, but as an opportunity for improvement. Each adjustment you make based on feedback brings your idea closer to something truly valuable to the public. Testing the market with a limited launch. If you have a physical product, a great way to validate your idea is to do a limited launch. By releasing a small number of units in a controlled market, you can observe consumer behavior without investing in large-scale production. Avoid the leap in the dark. Validating your idea before investing is what separates successful entrepreneurs from those who fail along the way. There's no point in having an amazing idea if there's no real demand for it. By investing time and effort to validate your idea, you'll be ensuring that you're on the right track. As we've seen, people like Howard Schultz, Starbucks, Nick Swinmurn, Zappos, and Travis Kalanick, Uber, invested in testing and validation before making big bets.
Creating a simple action plan.
Now that you've validated your business idea and know there's a market for it, the next step is to turn that idea into action. Many entrepreneurs start out with a great idea but are paralyzed by the lack of a clear plan. Why a simple plan is important? When starting a business, anxiety can lead to impulsive decisions. Many new entrepreneurs make the mistake of jumping into the market without a clear vision of what they need to do. An action plan helps you structure and prioritize what's really important. A simple plan allows you to focus your energy on the activities that are essential for early success without wasting time on complicated details that can be tweaked later. Steps to creating your action plan. Now that you understand the importance of a simple plan, let's break down creating your action plan into a few key steps. These steps are practical, easy to follow, and focused on what really matters to you when starting your business. 1. Define your vision and short-term goals. The first step is to get clear on your long-term vision and short-term goals. The vision is the end destination, while the short-term goals are the milestones you need to reach along the way. Having a clear vision helps you stay focused, while the short-term goals make the plan tangible. 2. Break the plan down into smaller tasks and prioritize. Now that you have your goals, it's time to break those goals down into smaller tasks and prioritize. The key is to not try to do everything at once. If your short-term goal is to launch your product, perhaps the first step is to develop a prototype. Then you can focus on creating a simple sales page, conducting marketing research, or building a basic website. The important thing is to start in a practical and realistic way without the pressure of having to do everything at once. 3. Determine your resource needs. In any business, resources are essential, and you need to know what you have and what you're missing. Start with the resources you already have, such as time, skills, and connections, and identify what needs to be acquired or hired, such as financial investment or specific talent. Make a list of essential resources you need to get started, and try to work within your means. If money is an issue, look for creative solutions, such as partnerships or bartering services. 4. Create a timeline. Set realistic deadlines for each task. This will help you maintain progress and prevent you from getting lost in the process. Try to be specific about dates, even if deadlines are flexible. Create a timeline based on priorities and resources. It could be something as simple as the weeks 1 and 2, create a prototype of the product. Weeks 3 and 4. Test with a small group of users. Weeks 5 and 6. Adjust the prototype. Based on feedback and release the initial version. 5. Establish success metrics. Once you've defined your goals and created a timeline, it's important to have clear metrics to measure your progress. How will you know if you're on track? Determine what constitutes success for your business, whether it's sales, customer feedback, website traffic, or social media engagement. These metrics will help you understand whether your actions are moving you in the right direction. Avoid perfection. Start simple. A common mistake among new entrepreneurs is to try to create something perfect before launching. However, perfection can be the enemy of execution. Start simple with what you have and focus on constant improvement, adjusting as you receive feedback from the market. Action is what matters. Rather than spending months or years planning, it's important to take action. By creating a simple plan of action, you can turn your idea into something practical and actionable. Remember that success comes from taking steady steps and learning. As promised, the next chapter is a great bonus for your planning. We will talk about how to overcome obstacles and move forward. You will learn how to deal with difficulties, overcome frustrations, and stay focused on your goals despite obstacles. Don't miss this one. It's very important.
Want to achieve wealth and freedom? Start now. Leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next tips.
How to overcome obstacles and move forward.
On the path of entrepreneurship, facing obstacles is inevitable. Whether it's a lack of resources, product failures, or even personal doubts, challenges can arise at any time. However, what separates successful entrepreneurs from those who give up is the ability to overcome these obstacles and move forward. Why obstacles are insurmountable. When you decide to become an entrepreneur, you are basically choosing a path that is not easy. Steve Jobs, for example, faced countless difficulties throughout his career. He was fired from his own company, Apple, at the beginning of his journey. But it was exactly this adversity that motivated him to come back stronger and transform the company into one of the most valuable in the world. Obstacles are part of the growth process, and by overcoming them, you become more resilient, more experienced, and better prepared for future challenges. Obstacles are part of the growth process, and by overcoming them, you become more resilient, more experienced, and better prepared for future challenges. The big lesson here is that obstacles don't mean you're on the wrong path. They're part of the process of building your business. How to deal with frustration and not give up. Frustration is one of the most common emotions during the entrepreneurial process. It's natural to feel frustrated when things don't go as planned, but it's important to know how to deal with these feelings so you don't let them overwhelm you. Strategies for dealing with frustration. 1. Revisit your purpose. When difficulties seem insurmountable, go back to your initial purpose. Ask yourself, why did I start this in the first place? Returning to your original motivation can help you rediscover the passion and focus needed to keep going. 2. Accept that failure is part of the process. Failure is not the end of the road. It's a lesson. Every mistake offers an opportunity to learn. Don't be afraid to fail, be afraid of not trying. 3. Break down goals into smaller tasks. When a goal seems overwhelming and impossible, break it down into smaller tasks and celebrate each small step forward. Each completed task will provide a boost of motivation to keep going. How to overcome financial and administrative challenges. Often, one of the biggest obstacles in the beginning of entrepreneurship is the lack of money. However, there are ways to get around this difficulty and still be able to grow. 1. Seek alternative sources of funding. Access to capital does not have to come only from traditional investors. 2. Use the resources you have. Instead of lamenting the lack of resources, take advantage of what you have at your disposal. Many startups start out simple, without major investments. The importance of persistence and continuous learning. As we mentioned before, obstacles are part of the journey. To overcome them, persistence is essential. But persistence alone is not enough. You need to continually learn from your experiences and adjust your course when necessary. 1. The importance of persistence and continuous learning. The biggest challenge can actually be the biggest opportunity. 2. Adapt and evolve. As the market changes, so must your business. The power of resilience and focus. Ultimately, overcoming obstacles is a matter of resilience and focus. Every entrepreneur will face setbacks, but it is the determination to keep going that truly separates those who succeed from those who give up. Don't focus on what didn't work, but on what you learned and how you can use it to improve. The entrepreneurial journey is full of ups and downs, but those who persevere achieve success. This chapter is designed to give entrepreneurs the mental and practical tools they need to overcome obstacles and keep moving forward, no matter what challenges they face along the way. Remember, success is a journey, not a destination.
We have reached the end of our learning journey on how to start a business with focus, strategy, and resilience. If you have made it this far, it is because you have the courage and determination necessary to turn your dreams into reality. Now the real magic begins, putting everything you have learned into practice. Entrepreneurship is not an easy path, but, as we have discussed throughout this series, it is absolutely possible, regardless of age, experience, or the obstacles that lie ahead. By choosing to follow this path, you are choosing the power of autonomy, innovation, and change in your life and in the lives of those around you. You already know that challenges will appear, but you also know that they are not the end, but the beginning of every great achievement. Now more than ever, you are armed with the right tools. The certainty that any idea, when validated and well-planned, can be transformed into a successful business. Remember, entrepreneurship is a journey of continuous learning. If you fall, get up. If you make a mistake, learn and improve. The important thing is to keep moving forward with determination, faith in your purpose, and a clear vision of what you want to achieve. Now that you have the necessary information, knowledge, and motivation, what are you waiting for to take the first step? Don't put it off any longer. Keep going. The future of your business starts now.